Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is Buckeye. I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day. Welcome back to another brand new Modern Warfare video here on the channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys my initial impressions of the game, of the beta. There is certainly a lot to talk about. I know I'm jumping on the train a little bit late, but I still wanted to bring this video to you guys. I feel like I have a lot to say about the beta. I did get a lot of time into the beta. I got to play a lot of matches. I played every single different game mode, and I tried to use every single different weapon as much as I possibly could to kind of get a feel for pretty much everything that the game was about. And I definitely think I have a lot to bring to the table in terms of a discussion about the beta. Before we go any further into the video, I wanted to make it clear that this is not a live commentary. You guys are watching raw gameplay in the background with my impressions in the face cam. The gameplay you guys are watching is actually raw gameplay from day one of the PS4 exclusive beta. The reason I'm using this gameplay is because this is pretty much how Infinity Ward and how Activision planned the game to be at launch. I just think it's interesting that without receiving any community feedback, this is the game that Activision planned to release. Obviously, they changed a couple things here and there while receiving feedback from the community throughout the weekend, but this is the raw gameplay. From Activision's perspective, this is what they thought was their game. So I guess the first thing I wanted to talk about was the movement system, because to me, a proper movement system is really important in Call of Duty games. I mean, the movement system is plainly put, it's how you move around the map. I mean, it's a very important feature. Black Ops 4, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I felt like had one of the best movement systems we've seen in years. Definitely better than World War II's. Another movement system I really enjoyed was Infinite Warfare. I feel like those games were a lot faster paced and the movement system just felt fresh. It felt like your character moved the way you wanted it to move when you wanted it to do so. Modern Warfare, I can't say I was a huge fan at launch, but I will say that I adjusted quickly. It felt kind of clunky and kind of sticky almost. The sprint speed in Modern Warfare almost feels like the walking speed in Black Ops 4, if that makes any sense. They do give you a wide variety of kind of ways that you can use the movement system though. There's this whole lean and kind of focus feature, as well as they gave us new animations for like when you're climbing up something. If you're climbing up a ladder, for example, you'll actually pull out your pistol and you get that kind of animation of your guy like climbing up the ladder with a gun in his hand. They also added a brand new door mechanic, which I thought actually impacted gameplay a lot. Instead of it just being open hallways, there's now doors that you can go and actually press square to open. You could just burst right through them, or you can ADS and actually hold square to peek the door open. Doing so lets you kind of see what's on the other side of the door without just bursting in there and leaving yourself exposed. It's really cool, a cool new feature. I don't want to rate movement system because again, this is still a beta, but I felt like touching on the movement system was something that I wanted to do. Overall, the movement system wasn't my favorite, but I adjusted quickly. I think there's a couple new features that are going to save it. I don't think it's bad. I'll give it a solid rating. Next up, I wanted to talk about maps, and this is something that I feel definitely needs improvement. Obviously, this is still the beta, so we're seeing 3, maybe 4 maps at tops. We have the standard maps, we have the gunfight maps, but other than that, we haven't even seen the other maps yet. I'm just going to flat out say it. The maps that we have in the beta are dog shit. Alright, I'll be the first to tell you. The gameplay that you guys are watching right now, I don't even remember what this map is called, but oh my god, is this map one shit show of a window fest and corner camping marathon. It's gross. And the fact that we weren't given any mini-map at launch definitely impacts that a little bit. Without a mini-map, there's obviously no red dots popping up, and there's obviously going to be a lot more of an opportunity for people to be sitting in corners and kind of playing, almost adjusting their play styles, if you will. The cave map, Arcan Cave or whatever it's called, that map is okay, but everybody just sits in the cave. That map needs to be adjusted in my opinion. There are too many head glitches in the cave, and there's too many windows in the other sides of the map. Like, everybody is always going to be sitting there waiting for you, and that's not a fun Call of Duty game. My style has always been rushing around the map, and I literally cannot rush around the map without getting shot by somebody sitting in a window or camping in a corner. Maps definitely need to have something adjusted. We need to have some kind of change here. Moving on, I wanted to talk about weapons and how they felt in the maps, which is kind of a completely different category if you think about it. I actually thought the weapons in Modern Warfare felt really good. I thought the time to kill was a little bit too fast at the start, but after I got to playing with them a little bit, I realized that it's just simply not Black Ops 4. Coming off of Black Ops 4, we had the increase in health. We had 150 HP with manual healing with things like stim shot that made you heal insanely quickly. Whether it's a good thing or a bad thing is irrelevant, it's just not the same. You can't compare the two. Some of the guns I definitely feel need balancing. I think the M4 and the MP7 obviously are a little bit overpowered, but honestly, guns like the AK-47, those heavy hitting damage dealing guns, I felt like they felt real, you know what I mean? They felt realistic, and I think that's the look that Modern Warfare was going for, the feel. As far as game modes go, there was the entire realism game mode that if you guys didn't get a chance to play that, I'd recommend it. A lot of people didn't like it, but I actually didn't mind it. I found it quite enjoyable. My personal favorite game mode in the entire beta was the 2v2 gunfight mode. Obviously, I'm more of a person that runs with a duo. If you guys have ever caught my streams, you know that. Twitch.tv/obuckeye, don't get it confused. But I feel like the gunfight mode and the gunfight maps are a solid combination. I feel like the entire thought of just a 2v2 search and destroy style game mode, it's cool, you know what I mean? It's different. It's a different feeling of a game. Don't get me wrong, I definitely enjoyed Respawn as well, but I didn't enjoy Respawn nearly as much as I enjoyed Gunfight. And the last thing I wanted to kind of touch base on was the community feedback part. Honestly, some of you guys might might want to flame me in the comment section for this, and I don't know if I blame you or not, but man, if you guys are part of the Call of Duty community on Twitter, you follow people over on Twitter, everybody I'm seeing is either saying one of two things. Either A, this game, this beta is garbage, I don't want anything to do with it if they don't fix it, add the minimap, change the TTK, change the maps, do something. And the other half of the community is going, oh my god, quit being such little babies, like enjoy the fucking game for what it is. And I'm sorry, but that's not how it should be. This is a public beta. It was literally instated for the community to play this game early and provide feedback for the developers before launch of the game. This is literally the prime point in a Call of Duty lifecycle that you should be providing feedback. In fact, if you're not providing feedback, if you're not giving at least a little bit of constructive criticism to Activision and Infinity Ward and the people working their asses off on this game, then you should feel in the wrong. Even if you enjoy this game, if you think it's perfect, you should still provide something that they can kind of work on to improve. This is a public beta. And I can almost assure you there's not a single person out there that thinks this game is perfect and thinks nothing deserves to be changed. So please do me a favor, do yourselves a favor, and do the entire community a favor. Stop calling kids out for complaining about the beta and do a little bit of complaining yourself. This is literally the perfect time to provide your insight. But with all that being said, guys, that is pretty much going to wrap up my initial thoughts of the Call of Duty Modern Warfare beta, at least weekend 1 of it. Weekend 2 actually went live yesterday at the time of uploading this video, so this video is going up a little bit late, but I definitely wanted to upload it and share my thoughts of weekend 1 so that when we get past weekend 2, I can kind of share the same thing, see what we've improved on, see what still needs adjustment. But that is pretty much going to wrap up today's video for me. So if you guys enjoyed the video at any point in time, make sure you drop a like on it, subscribe to the channel if you guys are brand spanking new so you don't miss a brand new Modern Warfare video when it goes live. With all that being said, guys, my name is Buckeye. Get out there and spread some positivity today, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.